everyone, and welcome to the thru Recovery Life podcast. My name is John A., and I am an alcoholic in West Palm Beach. My sobriety date is September 13th of 1982. Let's have a moment of silence to reflect on what we're about to do here today, followed by the Serenity Prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And we'll start off with a quote by Albert Einstein, as we usually do. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. And we call ourselves the Zoo Crew because although we are deadly serious about sobriety, we want to show others, especially newcomers, that sobriety is not boring at all. You can visit our website at thezoocrew.org, thezoocrew.org. And please feel free to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you can be notified when we upload new videos. Feel free to comment and share this video with others in recovery or looking to get sober. If there are any topics you'd like us to cover in future podcasts, please send us an email. That information will be in the description. You could be doing anything else right now, but instead you're listening to our podcast. We are happy to have you here making this investment in your sobriety. You're making a huge deposit into your IRA, your individual recovery account, by showing a commitment to your sobriety. Keep making these deposits no matter how small, because one day you may have a situation that will require you to make a huge withdrawal, and you don't want your IRA to be depleted. And the reason we have these podcasts is to work on the underlying issues behind alcoholism. If alcohol was the problem, most of us would be cured by now. Alcohol was but a symptom. Sobriety, however, is not just about stopping drinking. Sobriety is changing our behavior, our actions, and our mindset so that we can be happy, joyous, and free from the obsession of alcohol. You'll notice that we have some longer podcasts that go much deeper into various topics. We will also have some podcasts that will last 10 to 15 minutes where we will share our experience, strength, and hope on various topics of discussion heard in AA meeting rooms. In this episode of the thru Recovery Life podcast, the topic is forgiving yourself. We will address forgiving others in another podcast in the near future. So please subscribe to our channel so that you can be made aware when we upload new videos. And oftentimes, the ties that bind us are more mental than physical. And here's an example. In India, one method of training elephants was to tie a baby elephant to a tree with a thick, heavy chain, thereby severely restricting its movement and almost immobilizing it. After a long time of this treatment, all an elephant handler had to do was tie a rope around the elephant and put a stake in the ground to keep the elephant in place. The elephant was so conditioned to thinking that it was unable to move that some of them had been found dead in place after a fire. All the elephant had to do was try to move, and it would have escaped the fire, but it thought it was still chained to a tree. And by learning to forgive yourself, you will be freeing yourself from the past. You will be breaking the ties that bind you and keep you from growing. Forgiveness is important to the healing process since it allows you to let go of the anger, guilt, shame, sadness, or any other negative feeling you may be experiencing and move on. Once you identify what you're feeling, give a voice to it and accept that mistakes are inevitable. If your higher power has forgiven you, why not forgive yourself? You're not a bad person. Remember, in AA we say we are not bad people trying to be good. We're sick people trying to get well. You were probably doing the best you could with what little you knew. Also remember that you were powerless at that time. You are no longer powerless since you have a higher power to guide you. Step 1 is written in the past tense. We were powerless over alcohol and that our lives had become unmanageable. Step 10 promises are On page 8485 of the Big Book, we feel as though we have been placed in a position of neutrality, safe and protected. We have not even sworn off. Instead, the problem has been removed. It does not exist for us. We are neither cocky nor are we afraid. That is our experience. That is how we react so long as we keep in fit spiritual condition. You're not powerless, nor are you powerful. Again, it says, we feel as though we have been placed in a position of neutrality, safe and protected. We have not even sworn off. And I love this quote by Maya Angelou. Forgive yourself for not knowing what you didn't know before you learned it. What will happen is you will start having peace of mind. Forgiving yourself gives you peace. You stop being a captive to any resentment or grudges you may have and start focusing on other things that are important. You can let go and show you are willing to embrace freedom. There is no partial letting go. You have to let go completely so you can completely embrace peace. Whether it is courage or fairness, forgiveness gives you strength over the situation before you. The weak cannot forgive, only the strong can. Show strength and forgive yourself. Also, this is a gift. You can embrace a gift that's been given to you. Just like the gift of sunshine or rainfall, forgiveness is a gift we can give to ourselves. We are designed to be free and rise above situations. You cannot take full advantage of this gift of forgiveness unless you show willingness to let go. You have to embrace this gift and take charge of your life. You are not responsible for your next actions and the decisions you make. It should not be decided upon regret, resentment, or a mistake. It should be decided on what direction you want to take, and that will serve you in your best interest. Taking charge of your life by forgiving yourself gives you ultimate responsibility and leadership of your life and what will happen to you. Do yourself a favor and beat yourself up with a feather. Let go of the hammer. You have to be aware of your limitations and who you are to truly forgive yourself. However, it is important to know that there is no one else who has not been hurt or who has not made a mistake. Forgiving yourself makes you realize the position you're in as an imperfect being that makes mistakes every now and then. You know what this means, and rather than beat yourself over every terrible action you take, you can learn to tap into the benefits of forgiveness and be happy, joyous, and free. Happiness is a choice after all, and if you really want to be happy, you can start making an important choice of forgiving yourself no matter what and becoming happy, joyous, and free. As a human being, we will have regrets about things we did or didn't do. And I love the Frank Sinatra song "My Way," where he says, "Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention." So having regrets and beating ourselves up is not just an alcoholic thing; it's a human thing. But we can let it go. We can let it go. And the best amends you can make to yourself is to change your behavior. Now that you know better, do better. And while asking others for forgiveness can be invaluable, overcoming guilt and shame you carry from your past actions by forgiving yourself is also important. And guilt and shame are not totally bad. Narcissists and psychopaths have no guilt and shame, and hopefully they're in jail. The thing is that you don't want to beat yourself up too much or too long over mistakes. You also want to try not to repeat those mistakes. It may seem impossible to get on the other side of all your past regrets, but learning how to forgive yourself for the mistakes you've made is a key step in the healing process. Self forgiveness and recovery is not simply an emotional and mental process, though, but by taking care of yourself physically and making time to exercise, eat properly, and receive medical, perhaps even dental care, you can take practical steps toward forgiving yourself for the damage that alcoholism has done to you physically. As always, we highly suggest using prayer and meditation as great tools. Remember, be kind to yourself, take care of yourself, believe in yourself. Remind yourself that you were doing the best you could with what you knew. Accept the fact that you're flawed and show yourself love even when you make a mistake. This will go a long way in getting you over your failures, learning from them, and moving forward. I can't stress enough, be good to yourself. Your self talk is very important too. What you tell yourself on a minute by minute basis every day can make or break you. Tell yourself good things. Use positive affirmations. Stick them on your window, put them on the fridge, keep them in your car. But don't forget, taking the 12 steps will go a long way in forgiving yourself. Taking the 12 steps and changing and finding out through the inventory what your weaknesses and good points are will go a long way in helping you forgive yourself. And if you need some outside therapy to overcome some obstacles, that's okay too. There's not a problem with that. And in parting, we suggest, as usual, that you get out of your comfort zone. Get out of your comfort zone until it becomes comfortable. And this ends our podcast. But before parting, I'd like you to get to know hope so that you can get to know recovery. Because if you have no hope, there might be no recovery. Be a hope dealer. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we did here today, followed by the Serenity Prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Thank you again for listening to the thru Recovery Life podcast on forgiving yourself. We will have a podcast on forgiving others in the very near future. My name is John A., and I am an alcoholic in West Palm Beach, Florida. My sobriety date is September 13th, 1982. You can visit our website at thezooCrew.org, thezooCrew.org. Please feel free to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you can be notified when we upload new videos. Feel free to comment and share this video with others in recovery or looking to get sober. Drop us a line if there are any new topics you'd like us to cover in future podcasts. Thank you. Have a great day. Remember, you never need to have a bad day, just bad moments. Make it a great day.